Hi, I'm Sara.
And I'm Jason.
We are co-founders of MetaLighthouse, a love-based nonprofit organization. We are a group of psychics and scientists who have been working together in secret for the past 8 years with a mission to create social change through empathy. While the scientists are working on their own advanced technology developments, Jason and I are working on the metaphysical side of the organization. Our main focus is to support and unite empaths, young and old, through our 8-step program, which helps foster and cultivate your innate psychic abilities. As the world finds itself in the midst of turmoil, we want to be a beacon of light and spread the message that compassion for one another is the solution to many, if not all, of the problems we face today as a human race. And we are really happy to have you join us today as we do our weather report suite. Jason pulled a card for us, and he's going to explain it for us.
So the card that I pulled today is the Sun card. And when we pull the card in the weather report, we draw on the universal aspects of the card so that it's applicable to all people. This particular card, the Sun card, is a major Arcana card. And what that means is there's 22 cards that are called major Arcana. And there's 56 that are minor arcana. The 56 cards are the cards that rule in the human realm: work, love, finances, our dimension. The 22 cards are the celestial dimension, where the angels reside, the hidden forces of man. So this particular card, the Sun card, is a very good card to be pulled. If you notice, this particular one has the all-seeing eye. It also has the Ark of the Covenant. It has symbols of the goddess. It also has the two angels or beings that are closest to Source, one representing the dark aspects and one representing the light. And because the card is pulled upright, the card indicates love, support, happiness, prosperity, whimsical blessings of just amazing growth. For some, it could even be the announcement of a child. But how does this affect us universally? It indicates on a time factor the season of the summer. So what I'm going to forecast with this card is support from higher forces that are positive in this cycle of the weather report, but also could prelude to humanity being back in sync by the summertime. So that's what that means.
That's awesome. Thank you, Jason. It's a beautiful card, too. Again, we have been using the tarot deck created by Melissa Moline, Tabula Mundi. I'll put a link on our Facebook page to her website where she sells her decks. So as far as the energy of today goes, actually this weather report suite is for Thursday through Saturday. The moon is waxing through the constellation of Taurus. First of all, Jason and I get our guidance from Aldebaran, which is the eye of Taurus, hence the all-seeing eye on the Sun card. During the waxing Taurus moon, there's stimulation to your root chakra, your heart chakra, and your solar plexus, making this a great day for willpower, physical strength and stamina, and heightened sexual vitality. This combination will help you manifest amazing changes in your life and help you push through opposition with ease. The stones of support for today are grounding and earth-based in nature, such as Jasper, agates, carnelian, hematite, and black onyx. The colors for today are neutral and earth-based as well. Think of the colors in the fall season. So if there's anybody who is with us live today that has a question for the tarot, we would love to hear from you. I don't really see comments on the screen today like I did on our last live feed, so I apologize if someone is writing in. Oh, hello. Hello, Stephanie. I wasn't seeing comments at all, but now I am. So we had a couple of people write in with questions for the tarot, and we're going to answer those first. But feel free to send us a message while we're here live if you want to ask us something. So the first question today comes from John in Springfield, and he asks, I've been trying to find a new place to live for the past few months without success. Do you see me moving anytime soon?
So we'll take these cards and we'll mix them up for John. And this deck is the Rider-Waite. It's a traditional standard tarot that is excellent for beginners or experienced people alike. And say John's question again.
He's been trying to find a new place to live for the past few months without success. Do you see him moving anytime soon?
Okay, so can you pull 3 cards for John? Let's see what these have to say. Well, these cards are all reversed, and what this is indicating is that there is a delay with movement. However, what's in the works for this movement, being the Ace of Cups, Lover's card, and the Nine of Coins, those are very powerful cards and very positive cards that says that you will be moving. However, there is some experience of a delay. And it just says that the inspiration to the move and the support to the move is there, but it's a little bit hidden. So I do recommend a move coming up over the course of one season, but the season is in the now time, which indicates that there should be a move sometime between now and the summer solstice, or some kind of information that can come about to support a move by then.
Okay, thank you, Jason. So our next question comes from Gladys in Worcester. She wrote in, my daughter is really excited that she got accepted to an Ivy League school, but we can't afford the tuition. Do you see her getting the financial support she needs?
Well, interesting enough, this one card, you pull 3 cards on Gladys, and then we'll talk about this one particular card. So when we were asking the question and mixing up the cards, the question was about Gladys's daughter. And something instructed me to take this card that was just to represent her. And the Page of Swords does talk about a child, and the Page of Swords gives a little bit of insight to Gladys's daughter's personality and things of that nature. It also simultaneously means bearer of news. So this card indicates that her daughter is really eager and ready to partake in this adventure in reference to her education. And I'm going to pull, and her spirit is very strong. So she's a warrioristic spirit, and she's absolutely going to do very well. Now, the cards that I'm turning over for her do say that although on one hand you have the World card, it's reversed, but the World card still reversed is a major Arcana card, and what that means is behind the scenes there is celestial sport, and the World card will just mean that in the world. So there's hidden support for her behind the scenes that's not so obvious, so it might feel like she's not supported, but in fact she is. Then we have the Wish card, which is the Nine of Cups, which is a minor Arcana, which is a very human card in our dimension, which means wishes coming true. So there's some positive news and support that she will receive from the school, and also it looks like she will be going into the school. Now the challenge becomes the Knight of Coins reversed. And what that means is when it's reversed, it would be concerns or thoughts going into how we're going to necessarily pay for this. But when you have these 2 cards overshadowing this card, which is the Doubt, it indicates solutions. So this is a kind of card that means you're supported metaphysically, and in the physical construct, she should be going to school. And where there's concerns financially, there will be solutions rendered. But it might not be in the traditional form, because the world card is that mysterious, esoterical side of humanity.
Thank you so much. Hi again. You can see our faces. It looks like we have a couple of questions. We have two Stephanies.
Hi, Stephanie. Stephanie, yeah.
So the first one is, Stephanie is disabled and homeless. Do you see some relief in either aspect?
Okay.
Thank you for your question, Stephanie. Let's pull a few cards.
Okay.
Put the camera back down to the deck.
So this is for Stephanie, and let's, Paul, you want to
Yep.
mix those up? And, oh, what was that? They say what falls to the floor comes to your door. And what comes to the door, first of all, before we even look further, is the Three of Wands. And this card does indicate kind of where you are. This person has traveled very far and can't get across this ravine, and also is in need of help. Now, the three wands, or three pillars, this person's holding on to one, which means that Stephanie is kind of in a position of limbo and kind of in a position of awaiting to see help. Now, the three ships that are out in this water symbolize helps on the way. Now, the three wands could indicate time sequences. So again, 3 being a time sequence of 3 months. I don't feel that it's going to be a 3-year or a 3-week, but I do feel that you will see the support come to you by the 3rd month that is in reference to homelessness. As far as the disability too, because there's a few boats on the water, it indicates that there's help in both areas. So what I'm going to suggest is, as we go into the summertime, there's probably going to be some help on the horizon in both venues that allow for you to get to the other side, or further, get the support you need to be the support to others that you are.
So should I pull 2 or 3?
3 cards. So what these 3 cards do talk about, the 10 of coins reverse would talk about not feeling supported, not having the resources at the present time. And sometimes when it's a 10 of coins, it can prelude to family or friends or support. So it's coming from a place of need. But then it's followed up with the 4 of swords. And the 4 of swords would directly coincide with any questions that have to do with homelessness. The 4 of swords is actually a card that does talk about environment and does talk about peace. And the 4 of swords could also indicate a time sequence, again, of a season, maybe a little bit longer. The symbology of the stained glass and the spiritual relic does mean at this time a lot of the answers for you to come to faith. In other words, spend some time in prayer and manifesting, because Spirit will support you with this card. Now, the 9 of Wands talks about the disability. If you notice, this person has a bandage around their head. There's injury there, which does symbol that, some form of disability, whether caused by another or just that way. The 9 of Swords, the 9 of Wands traditionally means that you will move forward, but still be cautious. In other words, there's still healing, there's still things going on that affect you, but yet once we get the 4, which is the homelessness is gone, then the 9 comes, which is a little bit forward motions, but still having the injury.
Thank you. I hope that helps, Stephanie. Thank you for writing in with your question, and I wish you the best. Our other step